to Finding Calm in the Chaos. I am Denise Sith, and this is my podcast. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of Finding Calm in the Chaos. I'm Denise, and I'm living the chaos right now, and I'm looking for the calm. So I'm just going to warn you guys all. I'm not having the greatest week. It's been, I'm being tested. Let's just put it that way. Which I guess can be good, right? Good things come from tests. I usually pass them. So what the heck is going on? Well, I don't know. It's like the whole damn world is falling apart. Like I've literally, I'm going to warn everybody right now. I will continue the, podcasts. Not an issue. I can fight. I may be late on some days. I'm literally recording this like the Tuesday afternoon before the Wednesday it's dropping. So I normally record a little ahead of time, but in all honesty, the homeschool schedule this year, it's really, it's testing me. I'm just going to keep doing that. It's testing me. Let's just put it that way. I am trying to come to an understanding with Peter that, and this happens, right? This is all part of homeschooling. It's not just me. It doesn't mean we're not homeschooling. Doesn't mean homeschooling doesn't work for us. Save all those messages for yourself, because in all honesty, I cannot fucking handle it right now. It just means that we have to tweak, and we need to find what's going to work for him. But see, what he's waiting for is for me to break. He's testing me. And I'm not going to break. But I am going to lose my shit in every other aspect of my life, trying to hold on. I did have a moment this morning. Like it was a moment. I dropped a glass because I'm flaring. I'll leave it there, rewind, back up, kind of reverse thing, like what Harry Potter, like Willy Wonka used to say, scratch that, rewind it, go that way. So I had an amazing weekend. We were invited up to my friend Cheryl and her husband's lake home, which has been in their family for like 3 generations. The spot, the lake itself, has been in their family for 3 generations. But what's awesome is that they were going to, I guess they were doing some sort of developmental changes. And so the little cottages would all be gone, but that turned into the cottages being taken down or rearranged and people buying lots. And, they were all saying farewell to the lake and crying. And then all of a sudden that turned into, we should probably buy this and keep it in the family with all these memories. And so they did, her and her husband, and they built this home on a cool lot. And, it's so serene. It was so comforting. Now we took Buster, and I thought that was gracious in and of itself, because he's a newfie. Newfies aren't just like, oh, I'm bringing my little Chihuahua or I'm bringing my Cocker Spaniel. They come with hair. I brushed the heck out of him for a whole week. Plus he got groomed a couple weeks ago. So, but like I brushed the heck out of them, but they come with hair and drool. You know what I'm saying? They're like little horses in your house, little miniature horses. Now there are plenty of room in the house, but he's reactive, right? We're working on the reactivity, and I'm like, no better time to find out how we're doing with this. So we went 50-50 on the reactivity, meaning we did really well with people. Now we're still working on him not jumping on people. And then quite frankly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I cannot stand that Mr. Sith will allow my dog to jump on fucking people before he even thinks of pulling back on that leash. Like, I won't even tolerate that. So that's a whole nother issue. That's not Buster. That's ownership. But he is not okay. He is still completely 100% raging reactive when it comes to dogs. And we know this because she has an awesome little Bernie. For those of you who don't know, it's a Bernese Mountain Dog. Super sweet. She's a little bit tinier than the normal Bernie, but just adorable. She's adorable. And just this little tiny, I don't know. She's just so cute and really well trained, and she could be off lead, and she has good recall, and my dog does not. So all he did was bark at her. No matter what the introduction, as soon as he saw her, it was instantaneously Cujo. And I'm just like, really? Like, even if we got him to lay down, walk away, distract, prong collar, no prong collar, I've done it all, okay? Except for one thing, which apparently is the next thing on the agenda, which is going to cost me an arm and a leg. But it was just, all I wanted was him to be able to take some time to calm his mind down and just want to smell her. Like, we couldn't even get a smell greet out of it because he was just so out of his fucking mind. It was just insane. And in all honesty, it was embarrassing, but I can't help. This is why people have super reactive dogs, because we don't go anywhere because your dog is super reactive and nobody will take the time like they did patiently all weekend with the reactive dog to get him used to it. Right. So, this really, like, it totally solidified that, number one, we are not going to Newfie Palooza this October. So that's another year we have to skip. He went the first year and we already saw a little reactivity. Just beginners. Now, mind you, everyone's like, how you get a reactive dog? Well, we didn't start with a reactive dog. However, when we had Chica, which was the Shiba Inu who just recently passed, Chica just recently passed. Okay, it was a year ago in November. It'll be unbelievable. Anyway, or September, a year ago. And oh, geez. I think that's this week. Oh, good God. All right. That said, wow, I'm just falling apart, dudes. She was very reactive because she had no socialization as a puppy. I didn't have her, right? She was not socialized as a puppy. So she did not like people. Did she attack people? No, but she was like full on 100% avoidance. If you come near me, I'm going to get you. And if a dog came into my house and tried to be dominant, and a few did, she would go nutso. And that included on Buster. Okay, she ran the show when it came to Buster. Buster's reactivity, that comes from me not wanting him to be not social. So thinking I was doing the right thing, I signed him up for doggy daycare so he can be with other dogs, right? Except it's just a doggy daycare. It's not a pack behavioral place. I know that now. Hindsight's 2020, my friends. There's a reason why that's out there. So basically, they just let him run amok. Was he having fun? Oh, he's having the time of his life. The time of my life. And I never felt this way before. Oh, yeah, he was he was living his best life with no rules, nobody correcting him as a puppy, a big-ass puppy, who's now a big-ass dog with no social skills whatsoever, and it gets overly excited every time he sees a dog because it's time to just run around like crazy and just be crazy and jump in the water and jump on the side and jump in the... And you know what I mean? That's what's going on in his mind. So I'm like, great. So what's next? Behavioral camp, which costs like $3,000 plus. So essentially, we're having to rewrite everything we had planned. So like right now, no Newfie Palooza in October. That's a no. Unless we leave him home and go ourselves. Like, what fun is that? I'd rather go to the, pumpkin patch or something. Then we were supposed to take a big trip with him next year. But now I'm not comfortable with that. because clearly I can't have him. It's just aggravating. It's not so much as that I'm looking at it from both ways. It's not just an inconvenience to me or our family. It's an inconvenience to him because he's constantly, his mind's going psycho. That can't be comfortable or healthy for an animal or anyone for that matter. But it's certainly not going to be comfortable and relaxing to anybody else who is going to go on the same trip we were and have like their dogs with them. And then in our state of the world right now, people are assholes, okay? And I see it every day, just sitting in my office, watching people walk their dogs off leash. It is the law to walk your dog on a leash. If you're in a state park or a park, you have to have a leash. But there are people who insist that their dog doesn't have to be on leash. But they have zero recall. I would never put my dog off leash. Number one, for anybody's safety. For number two, for his safety. And because that's the law. But my issue is, what if it's that one person, and it's always this tiny little dog who's got big balls that's going to run up to my dog, which is going to trigger his reactivity, and he's going to kill the dog by accident because he's big. And if he gets taken off guard, then he's really going to go nuts. How much fun is that for everybody? Or Denise, who is already thinking of this clearly months, like another year. We're not going on this trip for another year. We're planning it for next year. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm already stressing about it. He's not going. Which means I'm going to have to board him, which costs like $3,000. So I thought, well, what the hell? I might as well board him while we're on vacation at a behavioral place, and they can kennel him and do the behavioral training. And then I can show up and they can show me what the hell to do for the day. And I can continue that at home and at least be ahead of myself. You know what I'm saying? I get the behavioral stuff, but I'm never here. Like, I'm constantly running. And you guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm always honest with you guys. Okay. I am trying to find peace in my life. I am doing the devotionals. But do you know how hard it is to get up early? First off, I don't go to bed sometimes till 2:30 in the morning because my head just doesn't turn off no matter what I do. Don't tell me. I don't want to take no pills. I don't want to take nothing. I drink all the tea. Okay. It's just how I am. I'm all right with that. Okay. I get stuff done. I get up 6 o'clock. I want to do my devotional. I want to get it all done. And then Peter gets up. And right now he's in this, how far can I push mom stage? And I'm telling you, I'm getting a little fucking pissed off about it because he's really, really pushing me. And I love him to death, but I'm really over. And I'm at a point now where if I cannot stand when people do shit and then they say, sorry. No, you ain't sorry. You just did this every day for the last 8 months. How are you sorry? That is like weird shit. I don't accept that. As a Gen X person and someone who grew up with an abusive parent, that's a no to me. I don't want to hear sorry. I don't care. You know what I want to hear? Guess what, Ma? I'm going to do it tomorrow too. I would have more respect on that comment. I'm just saying. But it's like, sit down and do devotional. People talk over me. And I'm telling you, Mr. Sith, he's walking a fine line with me right now too. They both have pushed. And part of this equation is my problem because I want to do the right thing, right? I want to be a housewife, do this, do that, do this, homeschool. You know, okay, I need to do stuff too, people, right? We talked about this. Why are women responsible for doing everything? I am so tired. If you have a husband or you're a husband listening and you have a wife who listens to what you say, like you guys have a conversation, like you say something and they go, oh yeah, what? And then they sit down and they stare at you and you're like having a conversation, looking at each other in the eyes and you're like, whoa, hey, oh, how about this? And they answer you back and you're like, whoa, yeah. La, 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 how about this? And then they're like, oh, well, how about this? La, 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 la. And you have like a conversation. Holy shit, you're lucky. Because I am not getting that from my kid, from my dog, or from my husband. And right now, I'm in total defiance over it, which is part of the deal. Like most women get sad, they eat chocolate, and here's me. You know what? MFers ain't going to get me. You want me to bust you? Because I eat out of emotion, right? Welcome to, welcome to traumatic childhoods. And I refuse, right? Yesterday, I wanted, this is an example, okay? I do everything for people in this house. Like, these people can't even find shit in the fridge or pantry if it's not, like, got a fucking neon sign on it and it's in the front row. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. How dare you? This is where I'm at right now. How dare you guys? Nobody even asks me how I'm feeling. I walked around the house the other day bawling. Now, I was sad, but not bawling. Like, I wasn't bawling because I was sad. I was bawling because I just had this great weekend at a lake house. And as a result of me enjoying myself, I went into a lupus flare. I mean, like, you can't even make this shit up when you have autoimmune disease. And here's the thing. If you know, you know. And I'm so sorry, my AI warriors, especially my lupus peeps, okay? Or all of my other sun sensitivity peeps. I'm on the boat, like, hopping around. I'm hopping. I'm literally like a frog on the, that's the name. That's like the nickname for their cabin, like Hot Frog Pond. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm literally jumping around the boat, finding, it was almost like, shade, 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 right? Plus, I'm not swimming. I don't swim in lakes. That's a no. Okay, so I'm like, there we go. So I'm trying to manage that. Plus, I'm a guest in somebody's house. I've had to remind, actually, I had to remind Mr. Sith more than I had to remind Peter. Why are you just sitting there on their phone? We just finished eating. Get your ass up and start cleaning up. What is wrong with you? Like, if I ruined you to the extent that you don't even know common manners, and then I'm like, wait, why is this my fault? That's your mom's fault. Like, what is going on? It's insane. So basically, the sun started really getting me. And then, again, we're guests. They're not eating what I eat. Right? So people don't really realize until you go out with me or you come into my house and I don't have any fucking snacks and you don't understand why. Okay? Because I don't eat them. And when I do, I prep for the 3 days of demise I'm going to have after I eat them. And what did me in, I was fine the first night. I did a pancake and then I fucked up and did two. They were little pancakes though, like, not like quarters, but like, maybe 4x4. Okay, so I did good with that. I drank water all weekend and coffee. Duh. Water and coffee. And then dinner the second night was walking tacos. And I thought, cool. I didn't have a problem with that because I'm like, sweet, we can eat those because she asked, right? And then I realized they're not being done with Fritos. For some reason, when we did walking tacos when we were kids, or I guess 20s, whatever it was, they were always with Fritos. And they were with Doritos, which, number one, are like the most poisonous chips on the face of this earth besides Takis. And number two are the devil for lupus. So I literally was smashing the chips, but trying to pour half out. I'm like, I can't eat all these. They're going to kill me. And they did. That was the nail in the coffin for me. My body was just like, you have got to be kidding, woman. And then I got up early and we also did a s'mores night. I didn't have any s'mores. But I did have flan. We did our universal yums up there was Mexico. So we brought it up and did that with her. And they had a dessert to make, and it was the flan mix, which was really good considering it was a mix. But I had a little tiny like quarter. It was like, imagine like a little ramekin that we made. There were tiny ramekins, okay? Maybe about 3-4 inch ramekin. And we cut those in quarters, and I only ate a quarter, okay? Didn't matter. My body's just like done now, right? It's like, and I'm certainly not having these s'mores because like that, I'm going to be crippled. I'm already swollen. I could feel my feet swelling up now. So I got up the next day and I was sitting outside and I was trying to do my devotional, but my husband and my son kept talking over me, even though I kept saying I was doing my devotional, and I didn't know where else I could sit because everywhere I sat, people came by me, and I'm like, okay. Because I would like to do devotional, like not locked in the bathroom. Like one day, I thought I would have a couple days where I can do devotional, like real people do devotional, like in a beautiful, calm setting and not the toilet. But, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm like in desperate mode. But somehow on Sunday, we took a quick spin on the lake, and I think that's what did it. So it was cooler in the morning, although it did get warmer. It was foggy. And I think between the dew and the fog that brought out the special recipe for the mosquitoes. And for me, because my legs are always numb, I didn't feel like I was getting bit, but I was getting eaten alive. And what they did was they didn't bother my right leg, which is technically the good leg, considering the rest, it's the good leg. But my left leg, all around my ankle where it's constantly swollen and now even more swollen since I had surgery to fix it, and they effed that up too. They bit all the way around, like I'm talking, I have 10 bites minimum, all the way around the sock edge. And so now it's swollen, it's numb. And I know that I didn't realize until Monday, because it's going to take some time, right? I have a really bad reaction to mosquitoes. And if they're spraying for mosquitoes, it's even worse. And then I realized on Monday how they were all going to pop up. Now they're all popping up, right? I got bit, and now that poison's in me. And I'm like, oh boy. And my body's just like, nope. So I get huge lumps and bruises from mosquito bites this year. So my ankle, I'm still struggling to walk on it. It hurts so bad. It's swollen. I couldn't even stand on the vibrational plate. So I had to sit and put my feet on the vibrational plate. Like, how sad is that? And I got bit on my arm, my left forearm. They like my left side. And there was literally a bubble where I had been injected by whatever the mosquito puts in you, whatever, right? It would literally, my body made a bubble of it on top. And so I had to pop it because it was a huge, nasty bubble that was itching and making like a reaction. Like it was getting redder and redder and redder. And I'm like, I got to get that shit out of me. So I sterilized the needle, spare you all the details. I just got it all out. Now it's like a huge, big, clear scab. I'm like, whatever. Hey, like, aren't I feeling it? But they're on my back. So now I'm in like, a DEFCON 1 lupus flare. I'm tired AF because I'm not sleeping well because I'm in a lupus flare. And now I know I have to catch up. I'm back to school, and it's just like trying to get Pete. 100% of our issue is his complete and utter laziness, which makes it even more frustrating. And I know it's par for the age, right? He's going to be 10 next month. It's par for the age, but it's making me mad because now I feel like, when is it just an age thing, or when is it becoming a learned behavior? Because I have a husband that's demonstrating that, hey, I'm going to work, and I'm sorry, you work IT, although it might be a mental job, it is not physically strenuous. Like, you're not going to hear that from me. And everyone's like, well, you're a stay-at-home mom. okay, you can go F yourself. My husband sits on his ass all day and maybe goes to somebody's desk or goes to a server room to do some shit. Okay? Making good ass money. I get up and have to vacuum after a dog, feed the dog, care for the dog. It's like a whole grooming job. It's like I'm running my own kennel. Meanwhile, I'm also in charge of being the chef for the house, the shopper for the house, the bill payer for the house. I also educate my son. And in case for those of you who are just like, well, you get lucky, you get to stay at home. Okay, I know I do this, but it's a job. It's not, oh, you're a stay-at-home mom and I homeschool. That's a job. People have jobs being teachers and they get paid money with benefits and shit. And some of them might be crazy right now, but I'm not, which is why I'm schooling at home. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting a chef pay. I'm not getting a laundry pay. I'm not getting a maid paid. I'm not getting, and it's like, when do I get time for me? And then this is the part that really gets me. When I ask for it because I'm losing my poop like I did this morning and everybody ignores me. And I'm just like, okay. And here's something, in fact, I love when my husband tells me, oh, I didn't know that. You didn't say anything. Okay, I'm sorry. I run a podcast. Not only can you not even call me, a lot of times he has said, I didn't say it, or maybe I didn't hear him, and I'll do a whole fucking podcast about it. And I'll be like, how do you say you're not going to do that? Number one, Christy was on the phone with me. She heard you. And number two, like, I had a whole podcast about this. What are you talking about? You are tripping, my friend. Tripping. Anybody else got a husband tripping? Like, because mine is. Seriously. Anyway, I'm just here for all of the moms and the dads who do all the mom shit. I'm here to tell you, don't settle for it. We deserve our own time. We deserve our own space. We deserve to go to a bathroom without people talking to us, knocking on the door, busting through the door. My thing, I need to stop asking permission to take a shower. It's really pissing me off. I just thought to myself, my husband will just get up and the fucking pier. Just disappears. And I'm like, where is he? And in my mind, I'm thinking, how dare he go upstairs and take a shower for 40 minutes? And then you come downstairs and I'm like, wait, what? First off, you didn't even tell me you were leaving the fucking room when we were having a conversation. Number two, you didn't have to ask permission because you're a grown up apparently and I'm not. I've been trying to take a shower for 3 days, but I'm too sore. And if I get into the shower, I know it's going to feel like the shower's throwing nails at my skin. If you know, you know again. So for those of you who don't know, when you have a huge lupus flare, and my fibromyalgia peeps might feel this way too. When you are having a huge flare, pain flare, if you get in the shower, it feels like somebody's slicing you with razor blades. And I'm sorry, I'd rather use a little dry shampoo and put my hair up than feel that way. So that's what I do. I'm like, and then hoe bath it in the sink. No, I said that. Yes, I did. And don't tell me any other woman has not done that. I don't know what you call it, but the little freshen up in the sink, that's a whole bath. Anyway, so I'm like, this is insane. It's insane right now. And so last couple things that happened was Mr. Sith, I told him they're going on a big camping trip again. And of course, he planned the camping trip for scouts over Peter's birthday weekend. Oh, okay. So I guess we're not going to do anything his birthday weekend. Like everything's like a surprise, right? And that's another thing. So he volunteers for scouts. He is a leader. He is an Eagle Scout himself. Him and his dad did stuff. That's great. But when we went to Oktoberfest, I think I told you guys, we did polo, we did Oktoberfest, we did all kind of that stuff that if I didn't this weekend, last weekend, I'm telling you now, we had a great Saturday. Unfortunately, my husband spent most of that time talking or texting with Cub Scout moms or scouting moms, or whatever the hell they are, about popcorn. Like literally, physically had a conversation with someone, had more words in it than what he has told me over the last 6 months. Am I jealous? No, it just pisses me off. Like, I'm like, I hope he doesn't think like I'm jealous. It just pisses me off. I'm like, wait, I don't get that common. What? So anyway, back to the trip. So he's planned this trip and he's like, oh, well, there's like a cast iron. Well, you can't take my cast iron pan. Like, it's like my favorite cast iron pan, like my fry pan, right? And so I said, we have a 2-quart Dutch oven in there, like a cowboy kettle. That's why we bought it, was for camping. What shows up today? Now, mind you, I do all the bills. And the fact that I don't care that he buys stuff, it pisses me off that I'm telling him, because I'm putting money aside and doing all this stuff right now, right? We're going to watch our finances. This is what's going on with this. Let's sit down. Let's talk about it. He never comes. He never comes, my friends. And he'll always ask me at like fucking midnight when I am done. And I'm like, well, now you've agitated me because I told you to stop talking to me about finances at midnight. So now I'm up because I'm agitated. Last night I put rugby stickers for the team on all of the damn water bottles so that we can give them away at the Fall Fest, because we have a booth and I volunteered for that. Nobody ever gets anything done and they always look like the Bad News Bears. So I'm trying to like up them up a little bit. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? But the fact that today he got a pan and and I'm like, why do we need, you bought the Dutch oven that is sitting in the bottom of the pantry that you have not used since I bought it for you guys. Like, are you kidding me right now? I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if it costs $100 or if it costs $3. It's still the principle. It's where I'm at. It's the freaking principle. Last night, he knows I'm hurting. Nobody will ask me how I am. Nobody will ask me if they can do anything for me. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I love my husband. We'll be married 14 years in March. And this fucking guy still can't tell you how I take my coffee. I would bet money on it. Should I be offended? I feel like I should feel, I'm offended. I'm offended. I do all this shit for these two every day in this damn dog. And I swear nobody does anything for me. And I'm over it. Like, it's like, and I ain't going to be quiet. Everyone's like, well, I used to feel that way. And then I just stopped complaining about it. Oh, I ain't that person. I'm going to keep complaining about it. Like, I'm going to keep complaining about it. So last night we ate and I thought, you know what? I ate really good. I'm getting on a thing. You know what I would like? I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. Would you mind going over to the ice cream place and getting us ice cream? Oh yeah, we can do that. Takes the dog out. I'm like, I didn't know we were taking the dog out first. She never take the dog out this time, but okay. Then he comes back and he's just standing there. And I said, so are you going to go get the ice cream? Like, I'm going to give you the orders. Pete, you tell Dad what you want. And he's like, well, I want to go there. Okay, but I don't, because I'm in a lupus flare. I literally just rolled out of bed, homeschooled all day. As soon as we finished, because he dragged it out, we're supposed to be done at 11 o'clock. We got done at 2. So then I get to run around, do stuff around the house. And then by the time I finish that and sit down for 3 seconds, then it's time to make dinner. So no, I don't want to leave the house. I just asked you for a shake. Can I tell you? He didn't fucking go. Nobody got ice cream last night. Here's me. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I was like, whatever. You know what? You couldn't even go get me a shake. It's literally 5 minutes from my house. Like, what? Y'all, I got to straighten this man out. And if you don't see me talking about him on social media, I think you should inquire. He might need help. Because I'm laying hard. Like at this end of this year, I'm coming down hard on these boys in this house. Because I am over it. And I'm certainly not sending Peter out in the world to treat some woman and poor girlfriend like my mother-in-law sent me her kid. Like, are you kidding me? Did you not even teach him anything? And I'm going to be really honest with you. I really, truly think how a guy treats a woman is very reflective upon the relationship between them and their mother, 100%. And he has a horrible relationship with his mother. So, hindsight's like, duh, who was stupid? Kind of me. Well, we're going to take a little break. You guys, Peter is all into the popcorn sales right now. We're doing all the things. I'll start posting on social media soon, but I'm going to be actually taking a break from social media. We'll talk about that when I get back.
Hi everyone, Peter here. I have something to share with you that's very important to me. Scouting America, formerly known as Boy Scouts of America. Right now, we are beginning our annual fundraising with popcorn sales. You guys know I wrote a book called Popcorn World, and it's one of my favorite snacks. Scouting America uses popcorn sales as a primary fundraising way to support troop activities and provide financial assistance to families. Our popcorn is sold at various price points and flavors, with a significant portion of the proceeds directly benefiting the local troop and the larger council. These funds help recover costs like camping gear, activities, leadership training, and registration fees, making scouting more accessible to families. Don't eat popcorn? No problem. There's an option to purchase popcorn and donate to one of our service members in one of the branches of our military. Last year, I was able to get top seller status in my troop, and this year, my goal is even higher. If you can help support me and my scouting troop, you can order online at http://bit.ly/SITHPOP, Sith-Pop, all capital letters on the Sith-Pop. My mom will put the link in the podcast description box. Get yourself a yummy treat or send one to a service member. And thank you for your support.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we're back. Ooh, I feel so much better that I got that off my chest. I'm not going to lie, guys. Like, I'm like, I felt like the shoulders relax, and I appreciate you all. You're the best. Free therapy. Well, I mean, I do pay for the podcast, but I'm just saying. It is what it is. So, it's interesting. I know I said I was going to talk about something when we got back, but I'm going to be really honest with you. I forgot what the hell it was. So I did have some intentions on what to do with the second half of this, but I'm sure it'll pop up eventually. But, there's a lot going on in the world today. And I do think that I have a lot of stepped out of the conspiracy political bandwagon because I like to stay informed. Don't get me wrong. I still hold my convictions and they're my truths, and your truths might be different than that. And I totally respect that. You're going to live yours. I'm going to live mine, and we're all going to live together in a happy little biosphere. Okay. But there is some heavy, heavy evil happening in the world today. And so I wanted to take a moment because I decided literally like last Saturday, I was reading and I just thought, you know what? I was looking out my window and it was pretty late, you know what I mean? And doing some devotional. And I just thought, yep, that's what I need to do. And this is what I've decided. So for those of you, so I, like, I'm sure a lot of people, however, not as many as I thought. You can't make this shit up anymore in this world. But that poor incident on the subway with that Ukrainian girl who came here fleeing a war-torn country with her family, came here legally. Yep, I said it. And was literally killed on a subway in broad daylight while people watched her die. It is absolutely unfathomable to me that anybody with humanity can witness something like that and not do something. Because I guarantee you, I will always be the person that does something. I did it before all this crazy world. I did it in my 20s. I did it in my teens. I did it in my 30s. I did it in my 40s. And I will continue to do it in my 50s with just more conviction and less don't give a fuck. With more I don't give a fuck, I should say. It is just unbelievable. And then just when you think, wow, we've sunk to a whole new low, like nobody's reporting this, like the media is just trash. If you're still watching TV, the media is trash, my friends. Stop watching that shit. It's just disgusting. But it makes sense to me. Like, everyone's like, I can't believe that would happen. Well, I do, because what we're seeing now is the aftermath of the destruction or the attempt and constant attack of the destruction of the family unit and God. This is what is happening. We are turning into heathens. These people have no souls. They have no faith. They're mentally disturbed. And they're being applauded and lifted and talked about for being mentally disturbed. And here, this poor person is literally the victim of a government party that insisted on somehow demonizing law and praising mental health and crime. Because this individual apparently was like, what, arrested 22 times prior or something like that? Let's just say it's not even 22. Let's just say it was 10, but I know it was more than that. For violent crimes on women. But yet he was released every time. Not only was he released, this was in Charlotte, North Carolina, in case you're not sure, okay? Arena. The judge that let them go is not even a judge that was trained in the law. I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty of it because, quite frankly, I didn't even know this existed. But the person was elected not on service within after taking the bar and becoming an attorney or practicing law and just knowing the bar and practicing over a term of however to then apply to be a judge. This is someone that was brought in under all of this, what is it, DEI nonsense, and let this person go. That's not okay. And we had a beautiful young life that was lost. And this is another thing we have an issue with, and I'm saying it whether you like it or not, because I live in a neighborhood. All of my neighbors are like a rainbow on my block. And we all have the same attitude about this, because I've talked with them. Is that had you reversed the colors of that instance on the subway and had the killer and all of the onlookers been white, and the person being stabbed be any color, whether it be Asian, black, whatever, the media would be in a frenzy. It would be almost like orgasmic for them to report on that. But because it was the other way and it didn't fit their agenda, then it was no good. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. And we are all responsible for that because we allow it to happen. And we also fall into the trap of arguing with each other about it. Because for me, I don't care what color that girl was. She was literally massacred in a public area, and not a single person raised a finger to help her. That is a loss of humanity. And that is a whole nother level of bad and shame that we have come to as a society. And so then when I thought it just couldn't get any worse, yeah, I'm going to say, guys, period. And some people may agree or disagree with me on this. And I don't care because it's my opinion. It's my podcast. You have your opinion. That's awesome. If you don't want to listen to this part after I start talking, you could turn it off and I'm totally okay with that. See you next week. But then there's the assassination of Charlie Kirk, who I don't know what evil has decided. It's lost its mind a little bit. And I know there's way more to that whole story because now Candace Owens is coming out and she's saying stuff. And if you know, you know, Milo says he's coming out of retirement. I'm not a fan of him at all. It just, there's weird stuff going on right now. And all I could do was like pray for Erica Kirk and her beautiful children who are now without husband and a father, and his family without a brother and without a son and a coworker and best friend. And this man was the best debater. And he opened that up. He never spoke ill of anyone. And if I have lots of people who are like, Charlie Kirk said this or that. If you can actually show me where he said that, and there were a few times where I said, I actually know what you're talking about, so I'm going to go get you the video of what he said. And they were like, yeah, I don't think he said it that way. You're listening to him and seeing it. That is straight from his speech at that school. But there is just too much. I don't even care anymore about the whole, you know, double stories. What's going on? Was it an inside job? Who was after him? Left versus right? Was it this or that? It's totally irrelevant. A man who openly talked peace and stood firmly behind his Christian values with kindness and grace and open communication was assassinated. And I tell you this, whether you agree with me or not, I'm almost 98% sure that I'm right. That man was just martyred for he is not going to be forgotten. And this is something that is going to be in history books. And I'm hoping it's because it is a turning point. Maybe I almost feel like it had to happen to be a turning point for people to rise and just say, enough is enough with this insanity. We have to stop doing this stuff just because we disagree. The problem is that we have let this gone on for so long. We have allowed disturbed, vile situations to go on for so long, to remain complacent and quiet, to not say anything, that some people have just decided that, well, now it's going to be twice as much work. And if I could tell you this, I don't think the evil side is ever going to stop. So we're going to really have to push hard. And I've decided after that, now I listened to Charlie's podcast, I would say almost every day for the last 5 years. I listened to him talk. I listened to him, followed him on social media. I followed Turning Point. I absolutely loved the way this man could talk. And I think it was because after being affected by autoimmune and losing kind of my gift for gab, I know that sounds funny because, oh, Denise, you run a podcast. How can you be losing your gift for gab? Because I've lost my ability to grab the vocabulary that is stored in my mind that I just can no longer access because of autoimmune. The word is there, but I can't grab it to say it. And it's super frustrating, and it used to really upset me. But now I'm just like, I just go with it. It is what it is, right? But one of the things that I got out of this, I thought, you know what? Someone like that should not have to die in vain. He made changes. Things are happening. Things are shifting. South Korea literally did a march for Charlie Kirk. That's insane, okay? All over the world, this man had a reach. I had friends from Slovakia reach out to me in a post that I did about Charlie Kirk, and also Ireland and Scotland. And I was like, wow, that is how awesome that his voice reached that far. And I know that my Slovak friend is 100% not a conservative. I know she is not. She is more liberal minded. And I love the fact that she literally typed, I loved and respected that he would sit down and have conversations with youth. And that is extremely moving and beneficial. And it brings people to a table to talk peacefully rather than through violence. And she was 100% right. And so I decided, me personally, with all of this, there's really nothing more to reflect on. There's tons of conspiracy theories going around and all this nonsense right now. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't think I have the capacity right now or the energy to deal with any of that. So I have decided that I am 100% unapologetically going to be a Christian. That's it. I'm not going to hide behind my Christian beliefs because I don't want to rock the boat. The boat is already rocking. Like we're in a storm, peeps. And so this is the time where you just got to really dig down. You got to put the cleats on and smash them into the dirt and start standing firm for values and humanity and love and, just overall respect, because it's going to get dirty. I think we're not even in where I think we're tiptoeing in how dirty it's going to get pretty soon. Cause, I know I'm listened to internationally, but in America, in the US, we're going to have an election coming up. And that presidential election is going to be nasty. And I think that's also going to be a turning point. No pun intended, but think about it. It is going to be a turning point, I think, for just how things lie here. I live in Illinois. Our governor is insane. Our governor is an idiot. He talks about health. He weighs like 600 pounds. I literally can't even look at him, listen to him. We pay taxes on tax with tax on tax. And then they'll tax that tax on all the taxes. I wish I was joking, but we're not. We're one of the most heavily taxed states in the United States now. And now everybody in California is just like, oh no, you don't live here. Honey, come on over here. They'll get you. You got high taxes, but do you tax the taxes on the tax? Yeah, Illinois wins that game. Nope. It's right here. And then you got to try to navigate. Like, I won't even go into the city anymore of Chicago because it's a shit show. Violent crime, just sporadic. And don't let anybody tell you that's not true. I live here. And I'm telling you right now, I won't even go to Chicago. And I grew up in Chicago. And every time Mr. Sith goes to work, it's only 2 days a week he's in office. The rest of the time he's remote. And every time he goes, I'm thinking, you know what? He's not real street savvy. I hope he's okay. because they're just all up in his area. Just run with the other day, they stole like $100,000 out of, no, it was like almost $1 million out of a Rolex shop. You're just bashing the windows in broad daylight. It was like 2 p.m. I'm like, okay. And then the mayor down there is just like, everything's fine. Trump shouldn't send anything here. Okay, Brandon. It's like the Wild West. What do you, people are getting robbed at like noon, dude. In the middle of Michigan Avenue, you're shopping in tourist area. I wouldn't recommend anybody go to Chicago right now at all. You want to come to Illinois? Why? But if you do, come to the suburbs. There's tons of shit out here. Do that instead. But I wouldn't even trust to go because it's not even predictive crime. So I grew up in Chicago, okay? Chicago proper. A lot of people say, I grew up in Chicago, but they're from like Naperville. No, I grew up in Chicago. It was a Chicago address and zip code. And there were always places where you knew you were safe. And if you had to go through 3 blocks, you knew they weren't. So you just stood on alert. Nowadays, there are no borders for that safety. It's happening randomly. And random violence is the most dangerous kind of violence. So that's why you will not see me down there, because there's no way that I need to be on that kind of alert with my ADHD and all this other stuff. Like I'm already on high alert all the time. Not going to happen. So that's what we talked about today. I encourage everyone to just like lead in faith. Lead in your faith. Lead in kindness. Okay. So I've been saying that for like 3 years now almost. I know this Thursday, I start the first group at church. And they didn't have anything open at the time. Not anything open, but they didn't have anything available at any of the times I was free. The big women's group I wanted to be in, that's like on Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning. I'm like, okay, is this only for retired people? Because although I am a stay-at-home mom, I homeschool. So I'm not available at that time. So I wound up choosing Thursday nights because the boys are in Scouts. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go and it's called The Chosen. We're going to watch season 3 of The Chosen and talk about it like one episode at a time. So 12 sessions, right? I don't know if it's 12 or 9. I'm not sure what season 3 is. But so I crammed that so that I'd be up to date on that. And then now we wanted more. And I have a neighbor locally here who is from the area that I'm from, where I grew up. And she is just new to my church. And she was like, I want to start like a small group too, because I wasn't able to go to any of that stuff. So now she found a girl who was cool with facilitating, kind of getting everything going. And I told her we could totally take turns doing that. I'm okay with that. But now we have no meeting place. So we have like 36 women who are interested in doing this stuff on a Sunday afternoon, like early evening, like after dinner. And I'm like, great. How do we do that? So I had to reach out to one of the group's people that I met while I was doing my baptismal stuff. So I got with her and then our main campus pastor, I sent him something as well to see if maybe we can hang out and do one of our lobby is humongous and it's like a big U. So, and there's tables and chairs and couches everywhere. So I'm like, maybe we can just find an area and do that. Can we utilize that? Half of the people in this group are from our church and the other half are people we can get to join our church. There you go. If they're so inclined. But yeah, all that. Oh, and the Christian Book Club. Let's not forget that. That's this Saturday as well. Just finished that book. We did the Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis. It's a heavy read, man. Heavy read. So I've been doing all of that and trying to do all the things and all the rugby stuff for the fests and fundraising and popcorn and all the things. And oh my gosh. But, one last thing. So that's what I wanted to talk about that I forgot in between the break. I am taking a social media break and it's going to be all of October. I will continue to do the podcasts, But I feel I will still post on occasion. Like if I do something, my thing right now with social media is I don't want to have to touch it to respond to people. And I feel obligated as a content creator to have to do stuff. And in all honesty, I'm hoping they penalize me during this break and that I could take it off content creator, because I can't take it off content creator. They won't let me. It's kind of making me mad. So my friend said she didn't post for like a month and they kicked her out. And I was like, sweet. I hope they do that with me. Then I could just post whenever I want. But I feel obligated to post every morning, like grasping for straws. And on some days when I'm having a flip out like this morning, I didn't post anything. I don't want to. And I don't want to feel obligated to. I just want to share things with the people on my social media that I'm feeling in the moment, not because I have to post that day. So if you follow me on social media, on Facebook, because I just send everything to Insta from there, I'm not going to be posting in October intentionally. It'll all just be like sideline stuff as I'm doing stuff. And I appreciate your patience. That's about it. Until next week, lead with kindness. Bye.